guys, I'm going to be reacting to February 2021 compilation. It's going to be split into 3 parts. So this is going to be part 1 of 3, 21 horror stories animated compilation of February 2021. So it's like an hour and something minutes, so of course I'm not going to watch the whole thing. And I believe this one is longer because I'm pretty sure before it was 14 hours. Or 14 hours, Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure before it was 14 horror stories, and now it's 21. So this is these videos are obviously going to be a bit longer, I believe. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. I haven't done a Wansee video in like a month, I believe, or something like that, so just wanted to get back into that. So yeah, with that being said, that's basically it. So if you guys do end up enjoying this video, please be sure to give it a like. Be sure to comment down below your thoughts on this video. If you have any suggestions, which I know I keep saying give me suggestions, but then it's like I don't really do anything. I don't know. I just went on Snapchat, so I totally forgot now. Basically, subscribe, comment. I know I keep telling you guys to comment, but I barely really do them. But yeah, just keep commenting. I'll do them eventually, hopefully. But yeah, let's go. Part 121 horror stories animated. So this one's probably gonna have like 6 stories, maybe. I guess we'll see. Do you see me? Oh, that reminds me of Can You See Me from 9/11 song.
When I was in elementary school, a prank pretending to be a ghost and making people frightened had caught on through SNS.
Face bag?
In my case, I was
the
still
fuck is
young
face
at that
bag?
time. I also wanted to try that prank, so that evening, I went to the stairway of the apartment's emergency exit, crouched down on the stair, and waited for the people to come in. Just then, I saw a boy coming to the emergency exit. He didn't say anything, but just
emergency
stared at me.
exit.
I thought it was a perfect time, so I decided to play a prank on him.
He's looking at you. He knows you're there.
Do you see me? I was laughing up my sleeve. And then I suddenly saw his chilling grin.
Oh god, that's creepy.
Wow, you see me too? As soon as he asked me back, I felt like my mind went blank.
Oh, that backfired on you.
The exit was
Okay,
completely dark. Then the sensor lights once blinked. When I looked forward,
so creepy.
There was a boy standing in a weird position that people could not even try. He was staring at me with his body facing the exit.
Is he a ghost too, or possessed or something?
180 degrees.
Like,
I jumped up to the exit in fear.
Whoa.
As soon as I turned around before opening the door, I saw his head begin to turn slowly, staring at me with a curious look.
Stop.
And then
I would leave one. No.
From there.
That's why you don't play pranks on people. That's it. It just ends like that. My mom on the back porch. Okay.
When I was in high school, I was on my way home after finishing my night study. It was late at night when I finally got home. I was about to turn on the light. Then I saw my mom was staring at me from the front porch. Mom, why are you standing there?
Well,
Come
that's
out.
not your mom. That's not your mom.
Speaking naturally, I walked towards the kitchen to drink some water and then found a note on the table.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to attend a night meeting. Eat your dinner with your brother. What?
Who the fuck is that then?
And who is she? My heart dropped. I thought I should not stay here anymore. However, I was terrified.
And why the fuck do you not have any curtains there? That's a big ass fucking window and it's just all exposed.
So I slowly began to
fuck's
walk
the curtain?
across the living room toward the front door. And it was
like, you can easily see anything you're doing.
Position, but only its eyes kept following my moving. I left the house in my bare feet the moment I arrived at the front door, and then immediately called my older brother. And what he told me was a pure shock. Did you see that?
What?
Turns out my brother had come home earlier. It is said that the thing on the back porch was standing in the main room when he first came inside, and it was staring at him through the open door.
What?
He also said that the whites of its eyes looked
White
abnormally
it? That's a girl, is it not?
and the black part of the eyeball was so small, as if only the pupils were left.
She dead?
My brother and I had to stay up all night in the PC room until Mom finally came back that
In the
day.
PC room? I'm assuming computer room? Okay. Okay, we're already on the 3rd story, my ex-girlfriend. I always thought it'd be a good one.
I'm from West Virginia, and I moved all the way to Lexington, Kentucky for a girl. Now, that might be, well, the scariest part of the story, that a dude from West Virginia moved over the border to Kentucky, and only for a girl, but I assure you, it gets worse. A lot worse.
Well, how do you move
She
across
was
the
super
country?
affectionate when
Not
we
knowing you
first
were
got
before,
together.
but-
Like, I couldn't have wished for a better girlfriend. But as time went on and we got more secure in the whole thing, that affection dropped off to next to nothing. It was a slow process, almost like a leaky bucket or something. I barely noticed the relationship dropping off bit by bit until one day I just realized there was nothing left of us. We were like roommates more than anything. Hardly spent any time together. Didn't actually get intimate for like months at a
That's
time.
sad, though.
In the end, sleeping in the same bed
What
as her
happened?
was so depressing that I ended up just staying on the couch. Not long
What
after I
happened?
started calling the couch
Where
my
did the
bed,
love go?
we broke up.
Just disappeared?
formally. It sucked, but I saw it coming a long way off, and it wasn't entirely unwelcome.
Are you drunk or
So I
something?
started
Or you're
talking
just...
to this girl on Reddit. Now I should make it perfectly clear that I was never ever unfaithful to my girlfriend. Only
I feel like he's an
when we broke
alcoholic.
up, I was so starved for affection and
pissed.
female attention that I looked for it wherever I could. I wasn't
She about to
perfect
kill you?
for dating apps, I don't
Great
think,
man,
so
cute lady.
Reddit's anonymity suited me just fine.
Oh, she about to kill you or something. Yeah, see, he's an alcoholic or something. That's why he threw the plate.
gaming sub swapped numbers and
That's
actually
totally-
started planning to meet.
That's totally why he threw the
She
plate.
lived over in Arizona, but flying down there to meet her didn't seem like a big deal at all. Not when she was so
Did you not-
nice and
did-
pretty too.
Did you not just move
I
for
remember
a
staying
girl?
up super late, talking to her one night, trying to keep my voice down so my ex wouldn't hear.
You're still living with your
planned
ex?
all the
That's so
stuff we'd do
creepy.
together, all the
That is
places
so
that she'd
creepy.
take me in Phoenix, all the bomb Mexican food we were going
She's
to eat.
ready to kill you.
I was excited, and I went to sleep smiling.
Yeah, until
But
she
I
kills you.
sure didn't wake up that way. I woke up to loud crashing noises just
What is
feet
that?
away from me in the TV room.
Is that a phone?
At
No.
first, I thought it was a home invasion or something. But when I looked around, it was her, my ex. And she was smashing my Xbox with a baseball bat over and over
Well,
again.
she's pissed.
I screamed at her, asking her what she thought she was doing, then went to grab my phone so I could call the cops.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Only it wasn't on the coffee table, where I usually put it on charge every night.
No, she's probably
It was
smashed
nowhere
that
to
too.
be seen. That's when my ex started ranting about how I'd been cheating, how she knew everything, and then mentioned the Reddit
Yeah,
girl
but we
by
broke up.
name
We're not together anymore.
before
I'm not
she
cheating.
swung
We're
at me
done.
with the baseball bat. I fell backwards over the couch trying to avoid the strike, and
Shit.
I did, but Jesus Christ, the whole rush of air as it went past my face just about put the fear of God into me. She chased me around the apartment, swinging that bat as hard as she could until I locked myself in her bathroom. I thought I might be able to reason with her from the other side of the door.
Yeah, good luck with that.
She
She's clearly
explained
not
that the Reddit girl
having
was
it.
someone I started talking to after we broke up. But she actually tried to bash the door down, and I'm still amazed that she didn't manage it. Like it was legit like that scene from The Shining. She
Fuck,
bashed a
she's
hole in one of
insane.
the wood
She's already
panels
going
and proceeded
insane.
to scream through that.
Like, we're literally broken
Thank
up.
God it wasn't big enough for her to reach
Relax.
through
We're broken
and lock
up.
the
Move
door.
out.
Otherwise, I'd have been in some serious trouble.
Like, why are you still living with her anyways?
Eventually, she calmed down enough to stop trying to kill me, but she wanted me out of the apartment. Like that
Ditto.
night.
I don't wanna be here no
I
more
didn't
either. Are you
gather
insane?
everything up. I just
Like-
threw some essentials into a bag.
Like,
and
you
got
think I
out of
wanna live
there.
here with you?
I kept imagining her sneaking up with a kitchen knife or something, catching me off guard and then just stabbing me to death or something.
I
I've
would not be
had friends
surprised.
ask me why I didn't just restrain her, why I was so scared of a girl. But that's about the dumbest response I've ever had to this whole story. A swing from that bat or a stab wound in the right place, it wouldn't have mattered what was or wasn't dangling between a person's legs. I'd
Right?
have been dead as a doornail. I got out of there pretty fast, drove to a motel, then tried and
I
failed.
don't know why
to
how you
sleep
still
the
live
rest
with
of
her
the night.
anyways.
The next morning, I called my mom in West Virginia, told her everything, and arranged to stay with her for a little
Yeah,
while
my
until I could
ex-girlfriend
get
almost
back
killed
on my
me.
feet.
Oh, nice. Cool.
I'd have gone back to the apartment to get the rest of my things if I didn't think that she'd either smashed or burned everything I owned.
Probably.
Besides, I was just happier to be out of there by that point, and I'll tell you another thing. I have never, ever been back to Kentucky since then. I'll wait until Tyler Childers comes back round to
She killed
Virgin,
herself, didn't she? She hung
rather
on
than
herself?
bring up all those bad memories.
Close your fucking curtain. I feel like he was an alcoholic and broke up with her for like no reason.
3 scary stories, animated.
By Anonymous.
1. The man in my dream. I've been having a nightmare for 10 years. The same guy keeps appearing
10
in my
years.
dream, and every day he's coming to me little by little. At first I think he was apparently
Oh, me.
standing outside the room.
I would not
And
want to go to bed
now
no
he
more.
was staring at me, blinking in front of me, and it was just yesterday. I've been getting used to having this nightmare for 10 years, but now I feel like I'm going to die. If I fall asleep tonight, I think he'll come one step closer, and he'll finally kill me.
It's a dream. He's not going to kill you. It's a dream.
2. The thief
That's
in the
it. That was so
mirror.
quick.
6
thief
years
in the
ago,
mirror.
in the winter, I was arranging my bangs, looking at the mirror next to the elevator after class. There was a staircase reflecting in the mirror behind me at that time. After I had my bangs adjusted for a long time, I glanced at the stairs in the mirror and then noticed that there's a white feet at the top of the stairs. Stupid. Who the heck is going around with barefoot in this weather? I was wondering who it was, so I looked back and there was no one there. My heart sank and my whole body became stiff at that moment. I
You see
thought I
random
was
feet?
mistaken, so I looked back into the mirror, but those feet
They're
were
back.
still there. And it even came down a couple of steps more. I got goosebumps, burst into tears, and then ran out of the spot
Fucking leave the
screaming.
area.
I never look in the mirror when I'm alone ever since that day. What was that foot?
Are you just
3.
imagining it or
The
something?
man in the subway.
The man, the feet, the man, the
I
yeah.
used
Oh
to
my
go
goodness.
to the academy by subway. One day I was sitting at the end of the seat by the door, and an old man was sitting right next to me. Then the subway stopped at one station. The moment the door in front of me opened, the guy came in from the side door of me at the same time. The door next to me won't be able to open due to the system, so how could a person come in through there? I still remember this moment vividly. When I glanced slightly to the side, he was wearing a sweatshirt, and I could see that he was just standing there with a blank look. The old
You gonna
man
sit
sitting
down?
next to me said to me, who was staring blankly at the man, "Kid, you have to pretend not to see that thing."
What's it?
This incident happened when I was around 10 years old. Every half term, we would have a week off from school, and it's very common for families to go on safari in places like Tsavo or Masai Mara, as I was living in Kenya, Africa. It was basically like a tradition for my family to go with this other family, since they had a camp which they were trying to develop at the same time near Tsavo National Park. And
Okay.
it was perfect because you didn't have to pay for the park entrance fee, which costs $90 per day.
So it's
Since
free.
this
Cool.
camp was on the border of the national park, you could see everything, like lions, leopards, buffaloes, elephants, whatever things, without paying a cent. So on a Friday afternoon, my dad filled up his Land Rover with all the necessities, like beer, steaks, water, some
course, beer.
sodas, and we started to follow the other family's car to Tsavo. If you were really lucky, you can get there within 4 hours, but most of the time it took almost 8 hours. Because there was just one road to get there, and since I was living in a developing country, the traffic was like a hell. So we finally got there in the middle of the evening. My dad was really eager to set up a barbecue for the steaks and have a bit of wild time with the other adults while I and my friend with her younger brother were playing on the picnic table. The camp was very basic style. It had mud huts with mosquito netting windows just to protect us a little bit from the mosquitoes.
Makes
But
sense.
the bathrooms were outside in the open without much privacy.
No.
And there were a couple of rangers taking turns to walk around the camp, just to make sure that the electric fence was working right and the entrance to the camp was clear. So while my dad was grilling at the barbecue, one of the rangers, who I've known since I was a toddler, came to us and told about the safari horror stories. It was how a leopard dragged its prey in one of these rooms, or how he got his various deep scars from wild animals, something like this. After he told us this, he shone his flashlight towards the darkness beyond the electric fence. I could see various reflecting eyes, some smaller, some larger. As a kid, I was terrified, but the adults were continuing their conversation. Around 11 p.m., I decided to go to the bathroom. With my flashlight, I could see there were loads of scorpions on the ground. As I was walking down the path to the bathrooms, I shone my light towards the fence, and I saw the back of the lion behind the bushes, which means they were much closer to us than what we had expected. I rushed back without peeing and told my parents and the rangers what I saw, and the rangers sent us off to our designated rooms immediately. I was in the hut with my friend and her family, and my dad was with
You
my
probably were just
stepmom.
imagining it or something.
Each parent had a walkie-talkie that had direct contact with the rangers. During that night, I could hear the commotion through the walkie-talkies, but I just shrugged it off. Around 1 a.m., I was dying to pee, so I woke my friend's dad to go with me because obviously I was terrified to go by myself. Trying his best to reassure me, he said that I couldn't go right now. I couldn't understand why he said that, so I kept questioning why. As I was getting frustrated that I couldn't hold it any longer, his walkie-talkie was suddenly on, and we could clearly hear the ranger's urgent voice. "Sir, do not leave your room. There is a lion right in front of your hut's door." We then both froze. I could hear grunting with the occasional lion's call. For those who have never been on safari or have never heard a lion's calling, when it is that close to you, you can feel the roar vibrating your bones. I was in so much shock that I couldn't even cry. I held my breath for what felt like an eternity, and well, to tell the truth, I even peed myself a little bit at that time.
Fair enough.
Then we heard scratching and sniffing from under the door, which caused my friend to wake up and start screaming. When she was about to scream, her dad immediately covered her mouth to try to make it as silent as possible and calm her down. We all realized that this situation could end badly.
No.
We were in a small mud hut with bunk beds, and just behind the door was an over 190-kilogram lion being curious to see what's inside.
You're fucked.
Suddenly, we hear gunshots. I guess it was from the rangers. And then there was a silence, maybe about 5 minutes. All I could hear was the cricket in the far distance. Abruptly, the walkie-talkie started with one of the rangers' voices that the lion, which got scared from the gunshots, had left the camp.
Oh.
However, they also told there was still one other lion around the camp, so they were searching for it to drive it out. At that moment, I heard my stepmom screaming from the top of her lungs in company with gunshots. That's when we started to worry, so my friend's dad was constantly talking with the rangers to figure out if she was safe. Luckily, nothing happened to her. It turned out that she woke up because of the first set of gunshots.
Oh.
And when she was about to go back to sleep, she saw the lion with 2 glancing eyes and a black mane staring from outside the mosquito window at her, which caused her to scream. Eventually, the lion ran away from the place, being surprised at the second gunshot by the rangers. We were able to come back safely from the camp. However, I've been gotten goosebumps whenever I think about that incident.
If they're trying to attack you.
I'm just glad that I didn't try to go out by myself.
Yeah, if you did, you would have been dead. It's just waiting at the door for you. Fuck. I think I've seen a lion in person at the zoo. They're freaking big. Haunted high school in the Ozarks.
A coworker told me this unforgettable story about his time in high school. I'm going to write this from his perspective. Central High School in Springfield, Missouri is haunted. I know what you're thinking. Every kid says their school is haunted. But my story is different. I saw it. Central was actually the first high school in Springfield. The original brick building with its tower still stands, but has now expanded with many new wings.
Okay.
We'd all heard the stories about the steam tunnels that connected the buildings and the supposed hangings. But far more compelling was the story of the deadly principal who would whip troublesome students to death. That would have happened long ago when Springfield was a small town, and not the Queen City of the Ozarks. We had heard the rumors, the stories that were likely exaggerated.
Fire him.
But being high schoolers, we knew we had to do one thing. Be at the school late at night. I was the one who came up with the idea that we needed to join the drama class. They were preparing a performance of South Pacific, and as I explained to my group of friends, the way to get in would be to join the class as stagehands, stay to clean up after the performance, and then just stay. And that was what we did. Well, only a couple of us actually got onto the crew, but after everyone else had left, letting the others in was simple. We split up into 3 pairs, myself and Sarah, Rich and Paul, and Michelle and Dan. We didn't have flashlights, and this was before we had cell phones.
Of course.
But the moonlight from the windows and the familiarity of the halls allowed us to get around the school very easily.
No, it's creepy.
After about an hour,
Is there a lights in
we
the
began
school?
to think
Turn
perhaps
them
the
on.
stories were just stories. We began to make our way to the gymnasium. We started to compare experiences, but everyone said the same thing. They hadn't seen anything, nor heard anything strange. And that's when a chair flew across the gym and slammed into the wall.
Okay, I would fucking run. I would
The
leave
heck?
right away. I would not know. I
I
would go home
gasped
right there.
before I saw something else. Swarms of glittering little things crawling across the floor.
Termites?
They were cockroaches.
Ugh.
We'd see cockroaches in the gym on
Where the fuck
occasion,
did they
but
come
usually
from?
one or
Fucking
two,
shared its
not
phone and then fucking cockroaches?
hundreds. Let's get out of here.
Leave. Why the fuck are you still in the school
We
anyways?
hurried to
Leave.
the nearest exit.
Like, fuck that
A
gym
stairway
thing.
leading
Leave.
up to the second floor. It wasn't until we got upstairs that we realized that going upstairs probably wasn't the best course of action.
Leave the building.
Cockroaches didn't seem to follow us there. As we stood next to a classroom, catching our breath, we heard loud footsteps down the hall. All of us backed up against the wall, trying to let whatever this was just pass by.
Okay.
As the loud, plodding footsteps came nearer, our tension grew higher. Oh, screw this, Rich said, and he ran into a
Like,
classroom.
you think? Why the hell are
Sarah
you still...
following quickly
Leave the
after
school, man.
The door slammed shut behind them. Guys, I called. I almost didn't notice that the footsteps had stopped. Suddenly, we heard them scream and something slammed against the wall. And then
I'm so
something else
confused. What is
hit.
happening? Like, leave
They
the
kept
building.
on screaming. Paul pulled at the door, but the handle was stuck.
Of course it was.
Finally, after a few minutes of them screaming and something hitting the wall,
What is that?
it opened. We entered the classroom. All the
What
desks
the
and
fuck?
chairs were knocked over, and some had
some are
clearly been
red.
hitting the walls.
Some
How
blood?
they'd gone that far was a mystery, as they were pretty heavy. We found Sarah crouched in a corner, crying and babbling incoherently,
She
a
pee
puddle
herself?
of moisture underneath her. Rich, on the other hand, was
the
stumbling
fuck's the
toward
window
the
open?
window. Get him! I called, and Dan ran towards Rich, grabbing him.
Close the
Let me
window.
go.
Close the curtain.
Just let me jump. Let me die.
They're
Rich
possessed.
cried.
They're possessed.
Guys, this is enough, I said. We need to get out of here.
No fucking shit.
Michelle and Paul helped Sarah up, and helping Dan
That
with
one's-
Rich, we
that
made
one-
our way
that-
back into
that guy's
the hall.
pissed.
As we stepped into the hallway, all at once, all the doors slammed shut.
Leave the fucking building now. Leave
Then
it.
they all opened again and slammed again.
Leave it.
Screw this, Michelle yelled.
Like, now you want to
And
leave?
she and Paul began hurrying down the stairs, supporting Sarah between them. Dan ran after them, and I pulled Rich after me. The cockroaches downstairs had seemingly dispersed as we made our way to the nearest exit.
Finally.
Pushing at the door, nothing seemed to happen. Come on, push it! Michelle yelled, and Paul, Dan, and I struck the door together, forcing it open. We pulled Sarah and Rich outside, and as we made our way to the cars, we heard the door behind us slam shut.
Goodbye. I'm not going back in
Dan
there.
helped Rich to his car while Michelle and Paul brought Sarah to the car they'd arrived in. As for me, I ran to my own car. As I was about to climb inside, I happened to look back at the school, looking at the tower.
Someone's in there.
There, in the top room, was a window. And very clearly, I could see the outline of someone looking out the window directly at us as we made our escape.
At least you guys
It was
escaped.
then I realized the most horrifying thing of all. That we knew there was something in the high school. It
No.
knew we knew. And we had to go back to class on Monday.
No, I'm not going back to class on Monday. Fuck that. What? You must be crazy. Yeah, so honestly, I kind of forget as to what was going on in the school one. Like, I forgot what they were doing. Like, they were split up into groups. So I'm gonna listen to that part one more time just to see if I can gather what the fuck was going on there, because I'm so confused.
Michelle, and we
So let's see what they
the
were.
school late at night. The deadly principal
Okay.
at night.
I just want to see
I
what they
was
were
the
doing
one who
again.
came up with the idea that we needed to join the drama class. They were preparing a performance of South Pacific.
Okay, so they're preparing a performance at the school. In the gym, they're just like practicing for drama class. Okay, cool. There's obviously still going to be teachers. The principal should still be there if students are still there. It seemed to me like all the lights were off in the hallway. I don't understand. That's so stupid. Like, what the fuck were they doing? Like, the school...
I was the one who came up with the idea
Like,
that
people
we
are...
needed to join the drama
People are in the
class.
school. You don't just turn off the lights.
And that was what we did. Well, only a couple of us actually got onto the crew. But after everyone else had left, letting the others in was simple. We split up into 3 pairs. Myself and Sarah.
I forgot what they were splitting up for, but regardless, they split up for some reason. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. And then obviously 2 of them got possessed by that, either principal or, well, I mean, the principal literally killed students, so it's obviously the spirits of the students because the principal killed them. So I feel like it's I don't know if the principal died too, but I feel like if the principal did die, the principal's haunting it. The students that he killed are haunting it. I don't know why they're there at like, what, 10 p.m.? Like, why they're there so late. It should just be an after school thing, like 3, 4 p.m. The lights are still on, the teachers are still there, the principals are still there, or like some people left, yeah. But like the lights are still on. Like, I'm pretty sure lights are on overnight too in high schools. So, you know, just turn it off. Like, I get it if you turn it all off when the school's closed fully, no one's there. But make sure it's empty. If you know there's a freaking drama class, what the fuck you freaking turning off the lights for? The school's empty except for the drama class. Like, that's so creepy. Like, no principal, no nothing, and then just shit just starts slamming against. Like, no, that's not how it works. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't want to, like, leave at that point. Like, fucking leave. The second you see something creepy, no, I don't need a drama class. I'd rather have my life, so... Life over drama class, because I don't want to die. Thank you. Anyways, that was definitely kind of weird. I don't know how many stories were in that one, but a lot of those were creepy, a lot of those were kind of sus, and just had me a bit on edge, kind of like, but I'm glad everyone's okay for the most part. The one with the feet one, I still don't understand, like, what, she was just in, like, a subway, or I forgot what the location, but what, she looks in the mirror, sees feet, she turns around, there's no feet? Oh wow, what a story. Feet, no feet, feet, no feet. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna leave now. That was the story. The whole subway one where the passenger thing was saying, yeah, whatever you do, don't look at them. Why the fuck not? Like, how do you know? Like, you're sus too, because like, you know that I don't have to, I can't look at him. So you know something I don't, so what the fuck is it? Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications as well. Be sure to like this video and comment down below any thoughts you guys have. Or whether it be suggestions, thoughts you have on this video, anything like that. I'll hopefully do part 2 to the 21 horror stories soon. And this is still compilation of February, so I'm still pretty much behind. I'm still pretty far behind on horror stories, but I'll catch up eventually. Especially when I'm all done the Dhar Mann catching up and all that. But yeah, it's not going to be for a while either. Probably, hopefully by the end of 2020 when I'll have all my Dhar Mann videos finished. Assuming I keep up the daily uploading and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be it. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Deuces.